what's up guys, welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video as we continue with my Endwalker journey. I hope you guys are enjoying it, but before we begin, let's get into another recap. Last time, still on the moon, the Scions got the grand tour of Bestway Burrows, venturing to the Caratorium to sample the delightful delicacies offered by the finest Loporrit chef, Cooking Way. The rest of the ways meanwhile scurried about frantically preparing for the arrival of the refugees of Aetheris as we went window shopping for some new and arguably improved fashion choices. Living Way requests Urianger's presence in private to discuss an important matter, but the Warrior of Light luckily happens into eavesdrop range after a transporter malfunction delivers us before the meeting. Living Way asks Uri if he's willing to go on their behalf down to Aetheris and lend them a hand in preparation, but we don't hear his answer as Growing Way interrupts to apologise for his transporter screw up, and we head off to the residential quarters Greatest Endsville to finish up the tour. We enter a very vibrant yet strange hall filled with parks composed of imitations of trees and plenty of glowing crystalline structures. Speaking with Growing Way in front of the most spherically sphere crystal powered fountain, he adorably explains that it has been a dream of his to go for a walk through the forest he worked so hard on alongside someone from Aetheris. And so we take a stroll, following the path and chatting about the workings of the systems on board, as well as the history of their duty given by Hydaelyn, working over the span of 12,000 years to get the place up and running, teaching their collaborators below everything they knew, resulting in communication and knowledge sharing between the two. Again though, we're interrupted. Living Way, returning and demanding Growing Way hop to it for their emergency meeting, and Urianger asks to be pardoned from our company without mention of his destination. Finding it slightly strange, Thancred suggests the Warrior of Light tail him, and so we head outside, being careful not to be spotted. However, Uri isn't as unawares as pretty much every other NPC in the game and acknowledges our presence, explaining his reasoning and dilemma, but as happenstance would have it, we weren't the only ones sneaking around. The Loporrits, watching our conversation from a distance, hatch a plan, while Uri and the Warrior of Light prepare a sincere gift for them to demonstrate our resolve. They eventually catch up with us, delivering a message that Y'shtola needs our help and is getting impatient, but Uri and Uri only should come to help them at the Watcher's Tower. We hesitantly agree and journey back inside to rendezvous with Thancred and Y'shtola. Upon arrival though, Y'shtola strangely denies any request for our presence, while Growing Way says Running Way has a lot to tell us about the final days, but we'll have to catch him first. When we do, by lobbing our balls of moose flesh at him, he tells us he knows nothing of the final days, so Growing Way apologizes for the lapse in memory and recommends we instead visit the archives. But let me tell you, if you didn't know this already, Y'shtola does not like being messed around, calling out Growing Way and the Loporrit's obvious delay strategy, to which he explains that the strategy was to run everyone except Urianger in circles in order to keep the plan from risk, because we didn't appear to appreciate their work enough. We try to convince him that we believe in the plan, but also must try other ways too. But he's having none of it and forcefully, though still innocently, tries to detain us as the Warrior of Light heads to intercept Urianger at the Watcher's Tower. When we catch up, Urianger has already denied their request, and being a man of many words is able to articulate far better than any of us why he cannot go down and help and is more suited to staying here on the moon, assisting the Loporrits embark on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment in order to better host those inevitable arrivals from Aetheris. He then offers them the gift of ink we obtained earlier and charges the Scions to head back down to Aetheris and see if we can't go about saving the world another way. As the Heartbloom once again glows, this time an orange hue, the Watcher explains that in their time they called it Elpis, and its light will help guide us to Hydaelyn's true intentions. So we prepare to depart the moon for Camp Broken Glass to update the rest of the contingent on all that has come to pass. And that's about where we left it off. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you're enjoying my videos. Thank you, I appreciate it, welcome. Thanks to all the members as well. You can become a member by hitting the join button just below this video and join the Discord. Check out all the links in the description below. Hope to see some of you guys over there. Thanks for watching, let's get into the video. With the Loporits in Urianje's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Great. Depressoville. Depresso City. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Damn, dude, I was just getting used to this place. I'm sure we'll be back on the moon, right? I will say that much. It was a fun journey on the moon. I hope this is just the introduction and there's more out here. Because it'd be a shame. Okay, back down we go. Proceed to the Nethergate. Hey guys! I'd forgotten how cold it was here in Garlemald. A testament to the Loporits' ingenuity that I felt no such discomfort on the moon. Odds, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back, but we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the Temper prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we've learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Wow, dude, that was like a whole section of like other game, and now we're back here. Wow. Hey guys! Oh, they knew I was on the moon? I guess they would have been told. I was about to surprise them. I was like, guess where I was for a couple weeks? All on vacation? You'll never guess. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. By the way, the world's ending. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of our allied nations. Some are, understandably, hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavour to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Euless is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them will be with us today. Redemption! In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. Ooh, nice. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavner. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavour, the Beast Tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled. The Mother Porksea affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So what of the moon and the telephoroid? Well, it all started one day with a golden dog. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding means to avert the coming apocalypse. Yeah. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Kryle, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldesion Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood, he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. Yeah, you're not gonna find him. If they find him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. An admirable but futile endeavor. Yeah, he'll come back. He always does. Mayhap, you're right. And I suppose if anyone is to hunt him down, it must be you. Who else could even hope to bring low that monster? Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvos, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. He doesn't care, but it's funny. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not, but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Sharlayan. Okay. Well, Lucia, it was a pleasure once again. If we don't see each other before the end of the world and all existence, enjoy your time with Emmerich, and peace. Alright boys, back to Sharlayan. It's been a while. It has been a while. We have been on some journey. Damn, I miss this place. You'll be pleased to know everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I even brought a few useful knickknacks with me from back home. But no sooner had they arrived than I received word of Kryle in poor health, and you on the moon! If you meant to give me a fright, you succeeded. I mean, I had to go to the moon, Tataru. I don't know what... I literally defeated Zodiark. Welcome back to... We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream, barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, it was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's wariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? No, he's on the moon. He's staying on the moon, Kryle. Judy keeps him away, I'm afraid, though two can explain why better than I. Really? Am I the new Urion J down here? I gotta get it by my thesaurus, like, I gotta get better at writing words. The final days, as befell Amarot. And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarot, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiarch, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not, cannot, be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarotines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarotines' creation magics, but we command no such power. Which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum then. Having worked with the Loperites in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. There's no way they're gonna cause panic. Are they? What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. Oh. Are we gonna he's gonna show up, and then she's gonna show up. Oh, hell yeah. Emilians, long time no see. Please. Dude, this looks so cultish. The music as well.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star.
You guys see the lights there? Holy crap, that was good timing.
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
Oh god, they're gonna tell everyone. This is a terrible idea.
You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The End-bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
The End-bearers. I feel like they're gonna pin it on us.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties.
Wow.
But first,
We gotta point the finger and place the blame on who caused the final days, and who's it gonna be?
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound.
Oh.
By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Oh yeah, they can't speak about it. Well, now they can. Dude, that's crazy.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago,
He said
our
two.
forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea.
Okay.
This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret.
They found it.
What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
Oh, like Zodiac was on the moon, that's where Hydaelyn is. What the fuck?
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom.
If I was a person in this crowd, I'd be like, okay, whoa. Hang on. Rewind 1 second. What? The moon?
Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon.
Nobody else knows, but we know who they are.
Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
And it didn't work.
To us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Did I actually know?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
Well, yeah.
Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus.
Jesus.
For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Papa?
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
I see the angle here, right? That they're being ignorant and like running away from the issue, but also like it kind of makes sense a little bit. You know, it's like logical to get everybody who can't really do anything away just in case we fail. And everybody dies, right? Like this is we keep saying it, it's the last resort. So we should prepare for it like that, you know?
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Everybody just goes home for dinner. Well, what do you think about that, little Jimmy?
What Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit.
It was for his kids.
Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Oh shit, it's turned. Were we really the bad guys? Were we? Oh god. Take your time, buddy. He literally disowned his children. Oh
I
my.
shan't be long.
Oh my god, dude. He disowned his children over this. I don't know, it's kind of fucked up.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
Remember, Alze, he couldn't say anything. Literally.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Wow, dude, the end of the world's coming and this is the way you treat your kids?
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
I love how he whips out the quote from Grandpa.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it.
Hell yeah.
Just see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Oh, I thought he was gonna give us a little smirk and be like, I'm kind of proud of my daughter, you know? Jesus, dude, just stay out of our way. Wow. You know, that seals the deal, boys. I'm stealing Emelian's.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Ha! Fuck yeah. Thanks, Thancred. You always got my back, buddy.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
You know, I think the Warrior of Light needs a little bit of rest, says Thancred. Well, shit. Yeah, yeah, like I think the whole angle that has been developing with Sharlayan is like kind of ironic despite their wisdom and, you know, spanning centuries or whatever. Their ignorance results in decisions like running away from their problems. In the final days is the perfect example of that. And like Alze and Alfie said, like, it really does make sense to do that, and we're not against that. I'm really interested now in the Hydaelyn thing. Since we saw that little brief thing that happened on the moon once we defeated Zodiark, the vision granted by the Echo, I'm curious if that was Hydaelyn, and I get vibes that it is, I get vibes that it isn't. It's weird. Unless there's like another third party that's involved somehow, but yeah, I'm really interested in like this Hydaelyn at the core of the star now, and the Dravanian hinterlands. But yeah, I'm loving the story developments. I love how we're going in directions that I could never seen. I want to bring the Loporits down here and like say, hey little guy, look, this is a tree. You see? And they could like touch grass. Ryle tells me the Forum made a rather momentous announcement. Oh, he doesn't even know he's been working. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Isle. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling, I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Retire to my chamber. Are we gonna have another sleepover? Somebody bring the Xbox 360, Halo 3. Come on, this time. The moon. It's so funny, we know it's up there now. What the fuck? What the fuck? Uh-oh. The final days. Uh-oh. You guys see that subsurface scattering in my ears? Holy shit. It's 2024. A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Who would visit me in the middle of the night? I bet you it's Lou Reek. I bet it's Graha. It's always Graha. Ah, Grahatia! It's Xenos, isn't it? It is Graha. I knew it would be!
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to... If you could spare a moment before bed.
Huh?
Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time.
Okay, bud. Is he gonna reveal his love for me?
I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you.
Okay.
Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiark, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself. No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear. It is surely too much for any one man.
I am two men, just for clarification.
But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage.
What? Graha. Ah, way to be subtle.
You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind.
Is this happening? I know you guys memed about this in Shadowbringers, but like...
Of course,
I don't even get a choice.
Any troubles we share?
Oh.
Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room.
Oh yeah.
All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come, to the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough.
Too soon, Graha. It hasn't even happened yet.
Sleep well, my friend.
Damn, okay. It really was just an innocent plea for friendship. I think that tells you a lot about me. Anyway, the moon. A short while earlier, in the Alamegan Quarter. What possibly could happen here? Cordola, Xenos, maybe?
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too.
Oh, bam, baby. Whoa, 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 what?
But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
Are we going back to refugee crisis thing again?
I see. Well, that's a relief then.
Oh, God.
I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
What the fuck's this?
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Isn't that literally Depressoville? Who is this? Oh, it's Euless. Wait, is it? Meanwhile in Ishgard... What the fuck was that? This is getting creepy, dude. The music. It's so ominous. Who's outside Tataru's pub? Oh! It's our boy.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Is this the start of the final days?
Hey, are you all right?
Oh my god.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
Right, yes.
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat has abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Oh my god. What is this? Why is that happening? Did Thavner just disappear? Ojika, can you confirm? Everything looks fine up here. I don't know what you guys are concerned about. All right. Well, that seems like a perfect place to call it, honestly. With looming, ominous, ambiguous final days starting, maybe? That's my best guess at this point. That was a very interesting way to end. We talked about it a little bit just there, but it was something like the manifestation of the Amoritines, or the Ancients, was their worst fears, basically. I'm curious how that's going to manifest for us, given that we don't have creation magics. This may be the same thing in some ways. I don't really know. I'm not sure what to make of this like gray, you know, vaporization thing that's happening. Maybe it's something to do with the imbalance of ether. But yeah, wow. We also didn't get to see Amelia, so that was sad, but I'm sure she's somewhere around here. And Grahatia nearly professed his love. We were so damn close. We were so damn close to the midnight booty call, but maybe before the end of the world. Who knows? I mean, it seemed like it wanted to. These writers, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's funny. Honestly, it's really great. I love how they're aware of it and they kind of play up to it. But yeah, a highly entertaining episode. I'm glad that we're addressing the Sharlayan Forum stuff now, because it seemed like we took a step away from it and then built up this this back narrative to bring it back in and really make it impactful. So I'm loving it. I think that's going to be our next place we go to, into that place in the Dravanian hinterlands, and see what the heck's up there. I think we're going to enter the Ethereal Sea again, whatever that means. But I have no idea how we're going to stop this. Literally no idea in the direction that we can go, the mechanism by which we can stop the final days. So, yeah, that's good. That's great. But yeah, that's going to do this for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching through. Let me know if you did. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, as always, support the channel by becoming a member. If you enjoyed it, hit the join button just below this video. Subscribe if you haven't yet and you're new here. Welcome. And head on over to our Discord server as well if you want to hang out and get involved with like the raiding stuff or whatever. But thank you guys for watching once again. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all for the next one. Take care. Peace.